Oh my God, I cannot believe that this has finally happened. The gates of heaven have opened up, and this morning, the light from heaven was beaming down bright on the set of Woke Take. You guys know that old saying, the truth shall come to the light? The truth? It came to the light this morning on ESPN, and the purveyor of truth was none other than JJ Redick. I cannot wait to share this video clip with you guys. I'm always glad to be here. I always put 100% into every video that I make, but there are certain special circumstances where I really get into it, where I feel excited to present something to you, and this is one of those special circumstances. I tell you guys all the time, when engaging in a battle with the Wanker Spankers, there's only one tool at your disposal that you need. Now, the Spankers, they have a plethora of tools: mythical racism, mythical misogyny, victimization, propaganda, mythical homophobia, the adventures of Tran and Dan, carefully crafted fairy tales, written by birthing persons like the Star Trek virgin Mike Freeman, or the ultimate Karen Phillips at Deadspin. But all of those tools at their disposal, all those tools are completely useless, because the one tool us normal people have is stronger than all of their other tools combined: the truth. When a shitfuck is confronted with the truth, their reaction oftentimes can be unpredictable. Some use the confrontation to further victimize themselves. Some get hit with the truth and have an emotional breakdown. Some experience the truth for the first time, and they immediately run into the confession chamber at Woke United Methodist. "Father, or maybe Mother, perhaps you're non-binary. Please forgive me of my transgressions. I have violated the woke commandments by interacting with a normal person. This person washed me with the truth, like Shannon Sharp washes shirtless men at Club Shay Shay. Please cleanse my soul by spraying me with holy water straight from the woke wiener." All these reactions are to be expected. However, the most common reaction when a shitfuck is hit with the truth is anger, vitriol. Their voices will start to raise. Their facial expressions will become contorted. You can literally see the demon in their eyes. You can see the color drain from their face when the reality starts to set in and they realize that they have been owned, publicly humiliated. That is exactly what happened this morning on Woke Take. We are highly critical of ESPN here on the channel. Matter of fact, wasn't that long ago I was criticizing JJ Redick for injecting mythical racism into a conversation when the topic had absolutely nothing to do with race. I always say, this is not an agenda-driven channel. If I'm going to criticize someone when I feel like they're in the wrong, it's only fair for me to give them credit when they are speaking the truth. This morning, JJ Redick was speaking the truth, and Kendrick Perkins was not prepared for it. The thing is, Kendrick Perkins had a full week to prepare for this debate. Last week, he and JJ Redick, they were going back and forth on social media and separately on ESPN, debating the MVP race in the NBA. Now, according to Kendrick Perkins, people voting for the MVP, they have been infected with mythical racism. That's the only way to explain how Nikola Jokic is the frontrunner to win his third straight MVP award. Obviously, you can't explain it by saying Jokic is the best player in the league on arguably the best team in the league. You can't explain it by saying he's the most versatile player on the court damn near every night. No. There's only one answer here that makes sense: mythical racism. Jokic is being given another MVP award only because he's white. According to Kendrick Perkins, the NBA is rigging the MVP race to cater to Nikola Jokic. I believe he called it moving the goalpost. In his mind, Adam Silver so badly wants the best player in the NBA to be white. That way, all those white people who quit watching the NBA when LeBron James and damn near every other player in the league accused him of mythical racism, all those white people would come running back to the NBA. Hey, did you guys hear? The best player in the NBA is a white man. Oh, let's all start watching again. I love watching the white man dominate the brothers. There's just one small problem with that argument. White people don't think that way. Hell, normal people of all races don't think that way. You know how many casual NBA fans care about the race of the most valuable player in the league? None. Unlike Kendrick Perkins and his partner in the butt bongo, Stephen A. Smith, normal people, we don't conduct a racial quota of the players when we're watching sporting events. This morning on Woke Take, JJ Redick, he not only called out Kendrick Perkins on his bullshit, he called out the entire platform of Woke Take. It was the first time in years the truth was spoken on ESPN airwaves. Watch for yourself.
Stephen, I mean no offense to you, and I mean no offense to First Take, because I think this show is extremely valuable. It is an honor to be on this desk every day. It really is. But what we've just witnessed is the problem with this show, where we create narratives that do not exist in reality. The implication, what you are implying, that the white voters that vote on NBA are racist, that they favor white people. You just said that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That is exactly what you implied, Kendrick Perkins. That is exactly what you implied. Secondly, hold on.
I did not call. I stated the facts. And you're not about to sit up.
We all know what you implied the other day. We all know what you implied just now. Hold on.
I stated
one at a time.
It's the fact.
One at a time.
It's the fact. It's the fact.
What you just witnessed was a man, a real man, lecturing a petulant child. Did you guys notice how silent Stephen A. Smith was during this exchange? JJ Redick called out Stephen A. on his own show. He called out the entire platform. Stephen A. Smith sat there in silence. Why? If I had to guess, it's because he knows JJ Redick is 100% right. Stephen A. Smith is no dummy. He knows that 100% of the garbage they present on Woke Take when it pertains to mythical racism is made up bullshit. But let's get back to Kendrick Perkins. I have another clip I'm about to share with you guys, but in the one I just showed you, you saw him screaming about the facts. I spoke the facts. It's the facts. It's the facts. I know it's the facts because I read them off the teleprompter, which was prepared by my producer, pink-haired Tina with the micro wiener. The facts Kendrick Perkins is referring to is since 1990, there have been 3 players win the MVP award in the NBA without being in the top 10 in scoring. All 3 of those players have chosen to identify as the evil white man. There's a reason pink-haired Tina only went back to 1990 to give Kendrick Perkins this information. If she would have went back to the 80s, she would have to include Magic Johnson in the conversation. Last I checked, Magic Johnson was a black man, so obviously that wouldn't fit the narrative. Those facts right there, that's all the evidence Kendrick Perkins needed, and ESPN, to accuse the NBA of mythical racism. That doesn't sound like a very strong case to me. Matter of fact, his entire argument doesn't sound factual at all. It sounds like speculation and rhetoric. But that's okay. That's okay. As you guys know, shit fucks never let facts get in the way of furthering the narrative. Now, you might be wondering how Kendrick Perkins responded to JJ Redick. In the span of about 30 seconds, his entire theory that the NBA is guilty of mythical racism was blown apart. You saw his reaction to the truth, where he broke out into these convulsions, repeating over and over again about these so-called facts that the rest of us consider to be opinion. ESPN, they cut to commercial break to allow Kendrick Perkins to regain his composure. He enjoyed a nice, relaxing woke bath with Stephen A. Smith. When entering the bathroom, they were greeted by Max Kellerman, who's working as the towel boy now at ESPN. Since all 3 of these guys are working with a third of a brain, they put their thirds together to form the ultimate woke brain. JJ Redick, he has also criticized Kendrick Perkins for accusing Nikola Jokic of stat padding. Perkins has been claiming Jokic is padding his numbers on purpose just to win the MVP award. Like most normal people, JJ Redick thinks this is absolutely ridiculous. Max Kellerman told Kendrick Perkins that he knows the perfect way to win this debate. Hey KP, it's me, MK. I know how you can destroy JJ Redick. Tell the audience there is no way JJ Redick can prove Jokic isn't padding stats because he can't get into his mind. I'm not kidding. That is the point Kendrick Perkins came back with after he was humiliated by JJ Redick. Watch for yourself.
And for you to come on here and you to say, that's not who Jokic is. Like, how in the hell do you know how another man is feeling inside? That's what I want to ask you. How the hell do you know? A pair of lips could say anything. So listen,
Because I talked to his teammates that are around him every day. Because I talked to my son who's been around him for 8 years.
How would they?
You can learn a lot by listening. You can learn a lot by listening to people. How they talk about it.
Nobody knows how somebody feels. Nobody knows how somebody feeling inside. Like, what are we talking about right now? And the reason that I
So why even imply it? Why even imply it? Why even imply it with Jokic then? Why even imply it?
Can I talk for a second?
Okay, so according to Kendrick Perkins himself, no one knows how another man is feeling inside. JJ Redick can't possibly know if Jokic is padding his numbers because he has no way of getting inside his head. Okay, I mean, that does make sense, right? So, with that being the case, how in the fuck can Kendrick Perkins claim MVP voters are racist? How can he claim the NBA is rigging the MVP award to cater to white players? Does Kendrick Perkins possess the ability to get inside their mind? Do you see how easily this argument falls apart? The sad part about it is Kendrick Perkins, he used to be one of the rare voices of reason at ESPN. Up until recently, this dude was a common sense thinker. He wasn't buying into the myth of mythical racism. But when you hang around the filth, when you hang around the propagandist at ESPN for so long, you eventually bite into the shit sandwich yourself. After he was humiliated this morning on Woke Take, Kendrick Perkins got on Twitter to defend himself. He claimed last year he was called a coon. I have no doubt that he was. This label often gets put on black men who have the ability to think for themselves and don't fall in line with the groupthink. Now, Kendrick Perkins is claiming that he is being labeled a racist. Aren't you the one who insinuated that MVP voters were racist? You can't make this shit up. Credit to JJ Redick, though, for calling out the bullshit and doing so on ESPN's airwaves. Took a lot of courage for him to do this. Matter of fact, I think JJ Redick might have risked his job at ESPN by doing this. Wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't invited back on Woke Take. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me. The thing is, this is exactly the type of debate that ESPN needs. Since the network is so obsessed with mythical racism, since it seems like a consistent talking point on Woke Take, why not allow both sides of the argument to be heard? I wouldn't have as much of a problem with ESPN if we saw this kind of debate on a regular basis, but they are never going to allow that to happen. I highly doubt JJ Redick informed producers ahead of time of what he was going to say. The shit fucks at ESPN, they don't want you to hear both sides of the argument because they know the side that they prefer cannot be defended. It took 30 seconds for JJ Redick to make Kendrick Perkins look like a dumbass. The tagline on First Take is Embrace Debate, or at least it used to be Embrace Debate. I don't know what the hell it is today, but they do not embrace debate on this show. There's a bunch of dudes on there that embrace each other, but they don't embrace debate. Because in the rare instance of a real debate, their narrative gets absolutely destroyed. But give me your thoughts. JJ Redick destroys ESPN, Woke Take, and Kendrick Perkins for constantly pushing a narrative that doesn't exist in reality. If we saw this all the time on Woke Take, would you be willing to watch the show? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.